The air was turning gold again, summer hanging by a thread. You were laughing at the clouds while the sunlight caught your hair. I didn't know a moment could feel so easy, feel so true. I'm falling into June with you. You never feel the silence, just to keep the room alive. And somehow that meant more to me than every perfect line. In a world that never slows down, you felt like a place to rest. Maybe quiet has a color, maybe peace can have a name. Maybe all the things I needed never came wrapped in a flame. You were steady like the moonlight, soft enough to calm the tide. I found the color of quiet, standing by your side. Coffee cooling on the table, rain tapping on the glass. Nothing needed fixing there, nothing needed to last. Some hearts speak in whispers, somehow they're hurt the most. Maybe quiet has a color, maybe peace can have a name. Maybe all the things I needed never came wrapped in a flame. You were steady like the moonlight, soft enough to calm the tide. I found the color of quiet, love becomes a memory before it leaves the door. Found your name inside a notebook, hidden underneath the years. Every page is full of questions, every line was stained with tears. The words I never had the courage to place into your hands stayed folded in the dark like secrets, waiting for a chance. Maybe time can keep a memory, but never make it fade. These are letters never sent, little pieces of my heart. Every sentence carried hope, every ending fell apart. I was writing what I couldn't say when you were standing next to me. These are letters never sent, still finding their way to you. I remember every season that I spent believing us, reading signs inside the silence, turning dust into trust. The city changed around me slowly, but something stayed the same. Like every unfinished goodbye, still whispering your name. These are letters never sent, little pieces of my heart. Every sentence carried hope, every ending fell apart. I was writing what I couldn't say when you were standing next to me. These are letters never sent, still finding their way to you. If I could place them in your hands tonight, will they finally set me free? Or would they simply become echoes of the girl I used to be? These are letters never sent, still floating the years, holding every quiet dream and every hidden fear. Maybe you'll never read them, maybe that's how it should be. These are letters never sent, but they still belong to me. The curtains moved with summer wind, a brand new day arrived. Golden light across the floorboards, bringing every dream to life. I could hear the world awakening outside the window frame, but for a little while I stayed there, watching colors slowly change. Every morning feels different now, since you came into my life. happiness isn't louder. Maybe it arrives this way, quiet as the morning sunlight, finding us each day. Under a velvet morning sky, I can finally breathe again. Every little broken part slowly starts to mend. The future doesn't seem so far. The shadows fade with time. Under a velvet morning sky, everything aligns. Your face appears in fragments now, like photographs in fading light. I know the details are disappearing a little more each night. The streets we used to walk together don't feel the same these days, but every corner keeps a shadow of the moments that remain. Some stories don't completely leave, they simply soften over time. You're almost a memory now, almost a song I used to know, almost a dream that visits me before it lets me go. I can feel the distance growing, like waves pulling from the shore. You're almost a memory now, but not completely gone. The seasons change without permission. Winter gave its place to spring. Yet certain melodies still carry everything you used to mean. I don't reach for you like I once did. I don't wait beside the phone. But healing isn't always forgetting. Sometimes it's moving on. Maybe every end leaves a mark that never fully disappears. Maybe that's what makes us human, carrying pieces through the years. You're almost a memory now, a gentle light inside the dark, no longer breaking my heart apart, just resting in my heart. You're almost a memory now, like evening fading into dawn. And though the story's over now, a part of it lives on. watching different evening skies. Counting down the hours between us while pretending we're alright. The ocean stretches like a question neither of us can explain. But every message that you send me makes the distance feel less strange. Two hearts moving through different days, still finding the same light. Between two sunsets, I carry you with me across the miles and changing seasons. You're still where I wanna be. Between two sunsets, the stars know our names, and every night they keep reminding me love can travel any distance. I know your favorite coffee shop, the street outside your door. I know the way your voice gets softer when you're tired from it all. Some people count the days apart, but I count reasons to believe that every mile is only temporary and every goodbye is incomplete. Between two sunsets, I carry you with me across the miles and changing seasons. You're still where I wanna be. Between two sunsets, the stars know our names, and every night they keep reminding me. Oh, one day these skies will meet together. One day there'll be no space between. Until that moment, I'll keep holding every promise and every dream. Between two sunsets, we're writing something rare. A love that learned across the distance and still remain there. I used to think I'd have the answers by the time I reached this age, but life keeps turning every certainty into another page. The girl I was keeps fading softly, like footprints in the sand, and someone new is taking shape in ways I didn't plan. Maybe growth is quieter than everybody says. I'm slowly becoming everything I hoped I'd be. Not all at once, not perfectly, but little by little, day by day. I'm slowly becoming someone I can recognize through every mistake and every lesson, through every low and every high. Not because the face has changed, but because the heart has grown. Some dreams have taken longer paths than I imagined they would take. Yet somehow every detour led me to exactly where I stand. Slowly becoming everything I hoped I'd be. Not all at once, not perfectly, but little by little, day by day. I'm slowly becoming someone I can recognize. Through every mistake and every lesson, through every low and every The road ahead is still uncertain, but I'm not afraid anymore. I've learned that every chapter matters, even the ones that felt ignored. I'm slowly becoming the person hidden deep inside, learning how to trust the process, learning how to trust the time. There's a road beyond the city where the signs begin to fade, where the mountains keep their secrets and the clouds don't know our names. I don't need a destination or a reason to explain why my heart keeps chasing something just beyond the horizon line. Every step feels light enough. Every fear feels far away. Take me to a place the wind knows, where the world moves soft and slow, where tomorrow isn't waiting, and we're free to let it go. Take me where the sky stays open, far beyond the crowded noise, to a place the wind knows, and teach my hard to breathe. The trees are dancing in the distance like they're calling out our names. Every mile reveals another kind of beauty we can claim. The silence here feels different, not empty but alive, like the earth has been reminding us how simple life can be. Maybe freedom isn't leaving, maybe it's learning how to stay inside a moment without worrying about what comes after today. Take me to a place the wind knows, where the world moves soft and slow, where tomorrow isn't waiting, and we're free to let it go. Take me where the sky stays open, far beyond the crowded noise, to a place the wind knows, and teach my restless heart to breathe. Take me to a place the wind knows, where the seasons gently turn, where the stars arrive unnoticed, and every sunset slowly burns. Take me where my heart remembers what it felt like long ago. Take me to a place the wind knows, where I finally feel at The night is fading slowly, and And the sky is changing shades. Every ending leaves a doorway to a place we've never been. I can feel the world awakening, somewhere just beyond the dark. And for the first time in a long time, I don't feel afraid to start. The future isn't calling loudly, but I can hear it now. Halfway to tomorrow, halfway to the life we dream. One step from the questions, one step from believing. The road is still unfolding, but I can finally see we're halfway to tomorrow. And that's enough for me. The mistakes we thought would break us became lessons in disguise. Every scar became a compass, pointing toward a different light. A distance doesn't scare me like it used to years before. I've learned that moving forward matters more than knowing where. We're halfway to tomorrow, halfway to the life we dream. One step from the questions, one step from believing. The road is still unfolding, but I can finally see we're halfway to tomorrow. Maybe certainty was never what we needed all along. Maybe courage is continuing even when the map is gone. We're halfway to tomorrow, halfway to a brighter view, carrying every memory while making something new. The road is still unfolding, but hope is growing too. We're halfway to tomorrow, and somehow breaking through. The streets are finally quiet, the traffic lights still glow. Windows flicker in the distance like stories I don't know. The world feels softer after midnight, like it's letting down its guard. And every thought I've been avoiding finds its way into my heart. Some truths only arrive when the noise has disappeared. When the city sleeps, I hear myself again. Every dream I've been chasing, every place I've never been. When the city sleeps, the stars come into view, and all the things that matter most feel a little closer too. When the city sleeps, I find a kind of peace. Not because the world has changed, but because I finally breathe.